And as you can hear, we have here in studio Mr. himself, Preach Ankobia.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening, sir.
So you guys just got the world premiere of Bottles on Me, huh?
It was dripping.
Oh, that was dripping.
That was dripping. You don't even recognize your own music, man?
Yo, but my man just said Bottles on Me, so I'm here having a nice conversation on the side with Mr. Taylor over here. Just spicing it up. So I'm sure the DJs are doing their thing, right?
It was dripping, Peter.
Not bad.
Peter does get it wrong sometimes. It's still the music, you know what I mean? So how you guys doing?
We're good. How are you doing?
I'm blessed.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm saying welcome back like I've ever been here while you were here.
Well, I think your spirit was here.
Probably.
Your spirit was setting up to come here. It's metaphysics, you know what I mean?
Da-da-da.
That's exactly how things go.
I have to ask you, Preach, when was the last time that you were here? Because I was trying to,
It's been 2 years, man.
2 years.
Yeah, man. It's been 2 years, man. Almost like exactly 2 years, because I think we did the August run, and then my stepdaughter got into high school that September, and it was like, all right, daddy mode,
lock it in,
family mode, gotta lock it in, So that's what it is.
So what would you say? So P, from being here, week after week and talking about the issues, within the community and the community, at heart, and then the youth, what did you walk away? We all learned and we all have walked away with something.
Well, I mean, if you check my bio at this point, Soul P is definitely a large part of that, I could say that, working with so many different people with different views, it always helps expand your own view, right. And it also allows you to develop a certain patience to be able to deal with people in the outside world, we as journalists, right? Because as much as, I'm just on my music tip, I still look at my music as hip hop commentary, and that's like some hood journalism in its own, we as journalists basically have to have a certain unbiased opinion about certain things, and if I apply that to my musical journey, I have the ability to almost listen to anybody's music, with I want to say almost an unbiased ear, have certain conversations with people in an unbiased way and be able to relate that to certain things that were said right here. Right here on Soul P. So big up to you and Miss Lois Lane and Peter D, the original crew, and the new crew that's here. You know what I mean? Karen Jones, Fabian. I see y'all. Who knows? I might come through one day and just sit in with y'all one day, get comfortable,
and get your perspective on those hot topics.
You know what I mean? On those hot topics.
Boy.
Because I think at this point in time, no matter what I say about Obama, I won't be wrong anymore. So good.
Oh, yeah, we fought on that. We don't always see eye to eye.
How you feel now, Chris? Oh. How you feel now? Your boy's raping the treasury, brother.
Said don't believe the Kool-Aid. What is it? Don't believe the Kool-Aid. Don't believe the hype.
Don't drink the water. Your boy's raping the treasury. Y'all didn't want to listen to me.
And I bought the T-shirt, and you know what I have to say? I'm still questioning the man right now.
It's all good. You know what? I think if we sidebar for a second, I will just say if I can go back 2 years and touch upon that whole, give my post opinion on Obama after this whole, his whole journey and stuff. And your boy caught the rawest deal in history. The rawest deal. You know what I mean? It's like basically he was a captain of the Titanic or something. You know what I mean? Let's not say the Titanic because the Titanic was just a sinking ship.
Right.
So it's basically that they took him off a Caribbean cruise and they gave him the Titanic while there was holes in them. You know what I mean? So I get it, but that's just my little post for you right there, my man.
Yes, I can't forget it. But as Preacher, we'll put you on blast if you don't come correct.
It's all good. Everybody has their opinion.
Going back to the music, wow, that got heated, man. Wow.
We didn't get heated. We were just, we just had to tie up some loose ends. I left some loose ends here couple years ago. You
Who
weren't
told
here.
you were allowed to get closure though?
Oh, sorry.
I'm just saying.
I'm. I like closure sometimes.
Fine, closure.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
It's closed.
Would you
Is it
ever run
closed?
for prime minister?
I think
Just
so.
a question. Just trying
Chris,
to
it was
touch on-
closed. Why would you reopen that? It was closed.
Karen, it's so P. We got time.
I think so.
Would you
I think
ever-
hip-hop need- you know what?
Would we ever see a black prime minister? Because
That would be fun.
Can I use this? I'll also use this as another sidebar of saying that I want to big up Lupe Fiasco. I seen him at Oshiaga. Got to touch base for a second, whatever the case is. I seen what he's been doing. Over the last and words that I should have said and whatever. And I heard that music and I was like, yo, that's stuff that I've been saying. And then I seen him go on Fox News or wherever, and he's talking about, what I mean, like, Obama this and blah blah blah, but I don't vote, and I'm just like, bruh, your whole argument just crumbled right there. It became Ritz crackers. You know what I mean? I think that politics is an important thing, especially in hip hop, and I think that more kids in hip hop need to be involved in politics and get their voices heard. So definitely, if I ever had the platform, if you guys would vote for me for prime minister, trust me, I'd be up there.
Preach Ankobia for prime minister.
We're gonna have Preach versus Fabian.
Oh,
we do it, man. We do it. You know what I mean? I'm an independent though. That's just saying that from now. I mean, with the Preach Ankobia campaign.
that would be crazy. But you're not here to talk about. Well, you are kind of SOP, so we gotta ask you about some
I know
topics.
The listeners
and hot
right now,
topics
they're like, "What's going on?" We're family.
It's
right
been
now.
2 years. 2 years, right?
We're in the living
So-
room. We chilling out. We're just bantering. We're doing it up. You know what I mean? That's just how it's always been with this family right here. And it feels good to be back. I wish I could see the whole unit plus some.
You mean all 6 of us?
Yeah, word to Miss Lois Lane once again.
Shout out.
The call is out.
The call is out.
Da, da, da.
I think there's enough room for 2 females on this show right here.
We're 3.
There's more.
Oh, there's 3
Preach.
females.
There's
There's
3.
3.
Oh, okay. Well, I think there's enough room for estrogen on this show right here. Did you just get silent on me?
That's your time to speak, Karen.
That's fine. The estrogen's gonna beat out the testosterone in the room today. It is Karen Jones versus the gentleman today. So anyway, Preach Ankobia. You know what, man? Before I even say what you've done, can you please explain the name?
Preach Ankobia. Well, my boy Star Q, shout out to Star Q. We started DJing together however many years ago, and I was blessed enough to bestow that name Star Q upon him because I was always like, bro, you think you're a celebrity? And at some point he looked at me and he was like, bro, you never shut the hell up.
Yeah, I could see that.
Just call you Preacher. You're always preaching. That's where Preach came around. Ankobia is a tweet term that means he who leads in battle, setting the standard for courage and commitment. And I just thought that it was something fitting as I was going through my transition, and it just became the name.
So moving on from that, Preach has done a ton of things. Montreal rappers, please take note. He has appeared on the soundtrack for Cirque du Soleil's Totem. He has also performed at Oshiaga, the International Jazz Festival, the Reggae Fest, Toronto's Irie Music Fest, Ms. Parasuko's birthday celebration, and that's just to name a few. He's presently collaborating with producers from Denmark and Grammy-nominated producers and British producers and American producers.
Shout out to Corey Bold and Eric Brunez.
And he's also doing collaborations within the adult entertainment industry with Brazzers.com and Mofo.com, placing music there. And his biggest feat, well, in my eyes, his biggest feat to date in linguistically segregated Montreal is the fact that he is an English language artist appearing on the title track actually of the Sur le Rythme movie soundtrack.
Can I correct you for a second? Sorry, not to be rude, but
Go ahead.
I'm appearing on 75% of the soundtrack. There's about 8
I said the
songs on
majority.
that. There's about 6 songs that I have done for them, which is a blessing.
With a French film, that's major if you just look at it.
And performed on Music Plus. So a little sidebar here, a little Karen Jones sidebar. For all you English language artists out there who say that you cannot perform on Music Plus because you are not a French language artist, please let me call you out right now and say Preach Ankobia did it. So
Well, you know what?
And sidebar.
How did you do that, and how did
Let
that
me be
happen?
fair in saying that just getting that opportunity was not easy.
Of course not. Nobody said it wasn't easy. I'm just saying it's actually doable.
It is doable, but I will also say that I have large entities that represent me right now, you know, and those entities will not take no for an answer. And some of these entities are in ownership of many of the things that purvey or have held up back our music. At this point in time, you know, I can honestly say that when I stepped in to do the soundtrack, they were very skeptical of me doing the title track. They definitely didn't want me to have the beginning or end credits at first because they were like, this should go to a francophone artist. Once they heard the music, they were instantly transformed, and they turned around and they were like, okay, well, can we get more? And we continue to just build upon the soundtrack. I really have to shout out Mario Savegni, because he's the one that found me, that came through and was like, I'm looking for an American sound, but I don't want to have to go to America. And he was just basically using that to say that he wanted some level, a level of hip hop that was above the rest, right? And I don't think I'm being cocky when I say that after 14 years of performance and after 14 years of honing my craft, that right now that I am one of the top tier MCs in the city. You know, and you know, I look towards people like Narcy and Nomadic Massive, and even Magnum, and you know, Cease Rock and Younes for inspiration, or whatever the case is, because the music that they put out, I think, is top tier. You know what I mean? I think it surpasses the rest. And you know, rest in peace, Bad News Brown. That was somebody that always motivated me musically to want to make sure that I can come with a certain level of craft. So being that we put that craft out, and I have put myself in almost a pop mindset. Many years ago, I turned around and I was kind of disheartened and disimpassioned with the scene at hand. And I was like, well, you know, I'm not really a part of the hip hop scene. You know, I can't really say that, because what I do all day, every day was born out of hip hop. You know what I mean? It's just that I come with a larger pop sensibility than not just a lot of MCs in the city, but just a lot of MCs, period. You know? So I don't mind writing a hook that might be repetitive, but will also be fitting for top 40 radio. I was able to write music that complemented the movie in a manner that wasn't overbearing, you know, that didn't try to push my personal agenda. You know, I wasn't out there trying to get my point across. What I was trying to do was make sure that in the world of product placement, right, in the world of jingles and stuff, you need something that is going to complement the product in the best way possible and even transcend that, you know? So that's what we did. And once they heard the level of the music, when we went in to do the music video, a lot of people weren't on board, you know? After Journal de Montréal came out and did their article on the movie and me, which I would say, you know, beats another precedence of Anglophone MCs being in French media, that's when a lot of people decided to jump on to the train and say, okay, well, we can do this. And then even further than that, you know, as certain promos started happening, as Music Plus happened or whatever, that's when people started becoming believers. So I have to really, 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 really give a major thank you to Crystal Films and Seville Films, to Caro and Christian, because they've really put on this like a warrior shield, like these helmets, these boots, and they've gone out there and they fought for me, you know, and they are fighting for me because they believe in what we're doing. And as they learn more about the struggle that we have as Anglophone hip hop artists, they too themselves want to help us overcome that, and they want us to beat that, because when we tell them that Toronto or Vancouver gives us the shorthand because we're from Quebec, that's a problem. You know, so big up Crystal Films, big up Seville. Thank you for everything. And really and truly, to any artist that's out there, just know that it is doable, but it's a fight.
We're going to take a short break. Hey, Preach. I need you to do me a favor here.
What?
Set up the next track.
The next track?
Uh-huh.
Is it the world premiere right now?
No.
Oh, okay. It's from the movie right now? Oh, okay. You know, you see, I'm excited, right? You hear me about that world premiere. All right, cool. right now we got a movie coming from the title track, Officer of the Rhythm. It's called One More Chance, featuring Miriam Sashi, produced by Mario Savegni. You can check this out on Music Plus tonight and vote for it, man. We number 2.